There is a quest that beats in the heart of every human being. It is the sense that our life is not an accident, that we are not here by chance, and that there is, somewhere, a bigger plan, a kind of map or instruction manual for our own soul. It is the deep yearning to understand why we are the way we are, why we face the challenges we do, and what, ultimately, is our true place in the grand scheme of this search for meaning is what has brought us here today. And before we take the first step, it is crucial that I establish a foundation of clarity and depth. This video is not about astrology or horoscope in the traditional, predictive sense of the word. We will approach your birth month from the perspective of Carl Jung's depth psychology. We will understand it as a powerful symbol of the archetypal station in which your soul chose to enter this world, the energetic starting point for your life journey. Think of your soul as a unique and incomparable seed containing the potential of a magnificent flower that only you can become. Now, imagine that your birth month represents the type of soil and the archetypal climate in which this seed was planted. The soil does not determine the flower, but it does reveal the type of specific nutrient, climatic challenges, and the entire growth curriculum that this seed will encounter in order to blossom into its greatest and most authentic fullness. The promise I make to you today is that together, we will begin to decode the fundamental program that your birth month symbolizes. For each month, we will reveal 4 essential aspects of your soul contract. First, your sacred gift, your innate luminous potential. Second, your dark test, the central challenge that you came to master. Third, your alchemical key, the energy of integration that releases your true power. And fourth, your true destiny, the ultimate expression of your integrated archetype in the world. What if the secret of your destiny is not a prediction to be read passively, but a potential to be consciously activated? What if your birth month is not a sentence, but simply the first clue on the treasure map that leads back to the person you were born to be? To decode your soul program, let's use the energy of a specific month as an example. Let's start with June. If your soul chose this soil to be born, your pain or central block may be the feeling of being too scattered, the anguish of having multiple interests and talents, but of not feeling like an expert in anything, the pain of being a social chameleon, capable of adapting to any environment, but who secretly fears not having a true color, a fixed and solid identity. The symbolic energy of June is that of light at its peak, the energy of the summer solstice. It is a time of maximum expansion, communication, and cross-pollination. Astrologically, it carries the duality and intellectual curiosity of Gemini and the sensitivity and emotional nurturing of Cancer. From this combination emerges your central archetype, that of the light bridge or the connector. Your soul has been programmed with the sacred task of creating bridges where there were once gaps. And here is the revelation that can transform your greatest insecurity into your greatest strength. Your supposed flaw, your inconstancy, your multifaceted nature is in fact your programmed function. Your mission in this life is not to be a deep and immobile oak pillar. Your mission is to be a flexible, vibrant, and luminous bridge. A bridge that connects people who have not spoken to each other, that connects ideas from different worlds, that unites the intellectual realm with the emotional realm, that dares to connect the sacred and the profane, showing that both are part of the same landscape. To help you begin to recognize this program in action, we invite you to do a bridge map. Look at your life, your personal and professional history. Identify 3 situations, no matter how small, in which you naturally and almost effortlessly acted as a bridge. Perhaps you connected 2 friends who ended up getting married. Perhaps you explained a complex concept simply to someone. Perhaps you translated one person's feelings to another in a family dispute. Recognize these moments not as a burden or a coincidence, but as your soul performing its primary function, masterfully. Think of your soul this way. It was not programmed to be a fortress with high walls and a single entrance. It was programmed to be an exchange, a bustling meeting place full of life. Its strength does not lie in its immobility or its depth in a single subject. Its strength lies in its ability to dance gracefully between different worlds, bringing light, communication, and understanding where before there was only separation and silence. Once you have recognized your archetypal function, the next step is to take ownership of your luminous power. And the pain that blocks us here is that of self-doubt. It is the tendency we all have to minimize our most natural talent, to look at what we do with ease and think that it is normal, that anyone can do it. For the June soul, it's the tendency to doubt your own charisma, to think that your ease of communication is just bullshit, or that your creativity has no real value in the world. Each archetype comes equipped with a divine toolkit, a conscious superpower. This is the luminous aspect that the universe has programmed into you. For the June soul, the light bridge, these gifts are unmistakable. It's the natural charisma, the eloquent, the ability to use words to paint pictures in the minds of others. It's the insatiable curiosity that drives you to learn a little about everything. It's the adaptability of a chameleon, the ability to mirror others and make them feel deeply seen and understood. And it's a mind that works like a connection machine, connecting dots that no one else can see. And here's the shattering of expectations that elevates your gift from a mere personality trait to a sacred tool. These gifts were not given to you simply for your social survival or to make you a popular and likable person. They are the precision tools for your soul mission. Your gift of communication is not to be spent on gossip. It was designed for healing, for translation between souls. Your adaptability is not meant to make you fake or personalityless. It was designed to help you build bridges between those who do not understand each other, to begin using these gifts with the dignity they deserve. The invitation is for a conscious application of the gift. This week, choose your primary gift, the one you feel is strongest within you, and then find an opportunity to deliberately use it for a greater purpose. If it is your communication, use it to mediate a minor conflict or to patiently explain something to someone in need. If it is your creativity, use it to create something, however small, that can inspire or bring a moment of beauty to someone's day. Treat your gift as a sacred muscle that needs intentional training to become stronger. Think of your sacred gift as a precision surgeon's scalpel. You can use it for a trivial task, like opening a letter. It will work, but you would be wasting its potential. Or you can learn to use it with focus, intention, and reverence to perform complex life-saving surgery. The universe has given you a tool of the highest quality. The magnitude and nobility of its use, however, is entirely your choice. Now that you have recognized your luminous power, it is time to courageously look at the other side of the coin. For every great gift comes with a great test, and your test manifests itself as your secret anguish, that recurring pain that seems to sabotage your life. For the June soul, it is the secret panic of loneliness that drives it to collect hundreds of superficial connections out of a deep fear of intimacy and depth. It is the temptation to use its gift of communication not to heal, but to manipulate, to gossip, to create intrigue as a distorted way of feeling connected and in control. In Jungian psychology, we learn that every luminous archetype casts a shadow of equal size and intensity. The universe, in its wisdom, does not just program the gift into us, it programs with equal precision the test that will force us to deserve that gift. The shadow of the June, connector archetype, whose light is connection, is paradoxically the visceral fear of disconnection. And it is this fear that drives it to act in ways that ultimately create the very thing it fears most: fragile relationships and a sense of inner isolation. And here is the revelation that turns your greatest flaw into the key to your greatest victory. Your greatest life challenge is not an obstacle to your destiny. It is the gateway. Your soul mission is not just to use your gift unconsciously. It is, above all, to master your shadow consciously. For the June soul, her true destiny only reveals itself when she learns to find value and peace in solitude, when she learns to choose the quality of her connections over the quantity, and most of all, when she decides to use the power of her word to build real bridges rather than to plant seeds of discord. To begin to master this dark guardian, the invitation is to have a dialogue with the shadow. The next time your shadow appears, whether in the form of the urge to gossip or the fear of being alone on a Saturday night, pause. Instead of judging yourself or giving in to impulse, turn inward and ask this part of you with genuine curiosity. What are you so afraid of right now? What need of yours is not being met in a healthy way? Often, you will discover that your shadow is acting out of a deep fear of not being loved, or a need for connection that it only knows how to fulfill in a distorted way. Think of your luminous gift as the lush, colorful flower of a tree. And think of your shadow as the entire root system of that same tree, growing in the darkness of the earth. Trying to cut the root, ignoring or repressing your shadow will inevitably kill the flower. Your job as an alchemist of the soul is not to fight the root. It is to delve into the darkness, understand what the root needs, and nurture it with awareness, acceptance, and love. This is how the root becomes stronger and healthier, allowing the flower, your gift, to become even more vibrant, resilient, and truly spectacular. Once you recognize your gift and your shadow, you may find yourself in a new kind of blockage. The pain of stagnation. It's the feeling of being stuck in an endless cycle, oscillating between your light and your darkness. For the June soul, it's periods of brilliant socializing, followed by moments of gossip and superficiality. It's being the creative genius one day and the fickle procrastinator the next. It's feeling like you're aware of your two sides, but can't find a middle path, a place of stable power that allows you to advance to the next level of your journey. The great key to breaking out of this cycle is the central secret of all alchemy, what Jung called the conjunctio oppositorum, the union of opposites. True liberation of your power doesn't come from choosing your gift and destroying your shadow. It comes from the conscious act of identifying the energy that is opposite to your natural tendency and deliberately integrate. For the June soul, whose natural programming is expansion, multiplicity, and constant communication, the alchemical key, its sacred antidote, is the conscious search for depth, for commitment to one thing at a time, and for the power of selective silence. And here is the revelation that seems like a paradox, but is the purest truth. In order to become an even better and more impactful connector, you must first master the art of selective disconnection, learning to say no to the dozens of invitations that scatter your energy. In order to become a more powerful communicator, you must first master the power of silence, understanding that the most important words are those spoken with weight and intention, not in a constant stream. Integrating the opposite energy does not nullify your original gift. It gives it substance, gravity, and a real power that it never had before. To begin practicing this integration, the invitation is for focused commitment. Instead of following your natural tendency to spread yourself thin across multiple interests, consciously choose one thing to deepen this month. It could be one friendship you want to take to a more intimate level. It could be one project you've decided to see through to the end without getting distracted. It could be one skill you'll practice every day. The exercise is to resist the temptation of newness, and instead of scattering your light like a light bulb, focus it like a laser beam in one direction, and then just watch the transformation and power that emerges from it. Think of your archetypal nature as Mercury, the metal of the alchemists. It is brilliant, swift, fluid, and incredibly adaptable, but it is also volatile and unstable. Alchemical integration is the process of fusing this Mercury with gold, which is solid, stable, and valuable. In doing so, you do not lose your brilliance or your ability to adapt. Instead, you gain a value, a substance, a weight of soul, and an enduring beauty that Mercury alone could never have. After all this inner journey, we come to the issue that most afflicts the soul seeking its place in the world, the pain of professional uncertainty. It is the frustration of not fitting into any traditional career box. For the June soul, it is the dilemma of having so many talents and interests, but no single, clear calling. It is looking to the future and seeing many possible paths, but feeling paralyzed by not knowing which one is the right one. The great change in perception that integration brings us, that your destiny is not a position, a profession, or a title on your business card. Your destiny is an archetypal function. It is the natural and fluid expression of your gift and your shadow, now integrated and working together in the service of something greater than yourself. You stop asking yourself, "What am I supposed to do?" and begin to live the answer to the question, "Who am I here to be?" The expression of the destiny of the soul of June, now that it has integrated depth into its capacity for connection, is to finally become the lighting bridge in its fullness. And this function can manifest itself in countless ways in the world. It can be a teacher who connects his students to a wisdom that transforms. It can be a therapist who connects the client to his own capacity for healing. It can be an artist who connects the audience to a universal emotion. It could be a diplomat who connects nations. or a community leader who connects a team to a shared purpose. The form is secondary. The function of connecting is the essence. To figure out what form your role wants to take, the ultimate question you can ask yourself is not, which career will give me the most money or status, but rather, with my gift for communication and my newfound depth, what two things in this world do I feel a passionate calling to connect? Maybe it's connecting people to ideas, maybe it's connecting problems to solutions, or maybe it's connecting the spiritual world to the material world. Your passion is the compass that points you to your truest calling. At this point in your journey, you finally understand your purpose was never to choose a side of the river to live on. Your purpose was always to become the bridge, and your life, with all its connections, its challenges, its light and its shadow, becomes its own masterpiece. You're not just fulfilling a destiny, you're fulfilling a destiny. You, in your entirety, become a destination for others, a place of encounter, passage, and transformation. Together, we have recapitulated the journey of your soul. From a simple label of your birth month, we have come to a profound understanding of your soul curriculum, the soil in which you were planted, the nutrient of your sacred gift, the plague of your necessary shadow, and finally, the unique beauty of the flower that only you can become. The great secret that the universe has programmed into you, as we have seen, is not a fixed identity or an immutable prediction. It is a dynamic potential. It is an invitation to a very specific and sacred dance between your light and your shadow, a dance that only you can learn to dance. For as depth psychology teaches, the ultimate goal of life is not the pursuit of easy happiness, but the courageous journey towards individuation, the process of realizing the totality of ourself. Your birth month was just your personalized starting point, your unique flavor for this journey that is universal. The universe didn't hand you a sentence, it gave you a map and a set of tools. And the secret to your destiny no longer lies in your path, in the month you were born. It is in your hands now. The journey to unlock your destiny is not about looking to the stars to divine the future. It is about having the courage to look within yourself and begin today. Your great work, your personal alchemy, your life awaits.